Hey Danzig,
Hey, Humboldt.
how's your new replica doing?
Shooting just fine.
No shooting in,
No shooting.
no breaking in, just flying straight.
Yeah,
Crazy shit, just as my Airsoft all the time before.
that's crazy.
Maybe we have some kind of an Airsoft myth here.
Well, hello everyone. After this absolutely authentic and not staged intro from our last game day, let's get into topic. Is it really true that freshly installed HopUp Buckings, and therefore also new Airsoft replicas, have to go through a break-in period before performing at their maximum potential? Before I tell you my perspective in this aspect, let's check first what you, the community, think. Most of you, 53% to be accurate here, said a HopUp Bucking needs several hundred shots as a break-in period, which is what many manufacturers actually claim in their product descriptions. The players who think there are none or only a few shots required to warm the bucking up do represent a minority. Even when summing their votes up, they just come up to 42%, while the 1000 plus category is only represented by 5%. Let's see if we can find out who is actually right here, as no one really knows what happens to the bucking in this mysterious breaking in period, if there even is one at all. Okay, in which way could the patch surface inside the bucking change during the breaking in period so it would perform better afterwards? Maybe the patch surface will get a little softer after a potentially long storage time, so it can adapt better to the shape of the BB with every shot. Could be possible. Let's note softness first. Or maybe the first BBs give the patch a slightly rougher surface, as if they would act like a sandpaper talking in a picture. By gaining more friction, the Magnus effect could increase. Also possible. So I add grip to the theory board. The third option I see is that the BBs in the breaking in period actually remove material. For example, factory residues or tolerances from the molding process, so the patch's shape would fit the BB's shape better afterwards. Consequently, shape is the third possible factor here. Most likely, we will not find out what really is the most important factor here. As a small YouTuber, I just do not have the opportunities that would allow me to be this kind of scientific. But maybe we will get close enough by some brainstorming and testing. So, assuming the bucking's shape actually changes after a certain amount of BBs, while the hop-up is set for the desired distance, what would happen if we adjust the hop again? As the geometry of the patch surface changes when we add or reduce pressure from the tensioner, we actually would bring the patch into a new shape, requiring a new breaking in period, right? This would mean the bucking actually is never really shot in, and even if this worked without losing rubber material every time, simply by being pressed into the new shape, the constant reshaping probably would result in a bucking being worn out very quickly. Keeping this in mind, it makes the assumption quite unlikely for me that the patch surface really changes shape during a potential breaking in period. Consequently, it's maybe more like a thing of grip and softness that increase by having contact to the first BBs. But even if this was the case, what is about all the sniper players out there? The shooting frequency of a typical bolt-action sniper cannot be compared to an AEG or HPA player. Talking from my own experience, I maybe shoot 100 to 200 BBs maximum on a game day. So, in order to experience the best possible trajectory of your sniper rifle, it would be necessary to play several days, or to pull back the bolt at home up to 1000 times before your bucking works properly. I mean, come on, have you ever seen someone out there doing so? If you ask me, I have not. This is what my personal pre-assumptions are in terms of the hop-up breaking in period. But we won't get around some testing if you want to see what's actually behind the manufacturer's statements on this topic. Therefore, I bought 5 brand new AEG buckings in different hardness ratings to compare any possible effect during the first couple of hundred shots. For the Maple Leaf Macaron, I found the amount of 200 to 400 shots, the same rating that was also claimed by Begadi for their Fly 5 buckings. The true sight bucking needs 500 up to 1000 shots. We will find out soon how this will affect the trajectory. Please note, this is not a comparison of the buckings themselves. I only want to present the before and after situations of the early buckings lifespan, so to speak. Therefore, I mark all the buckings with numbers, so you also can see the exact same patch surface before and after the break-in period. What's so special about this test is that I do not know exactly what I should look out for, as I don't know what is supposed to happen in the so-called break-in period. Will the BBs be more accurate? Will the backspin increase while the hop-up adjustment stays the same? Or will all just stay the way it was before? Let's go out and see. I tried to prepare a setup that can exclude as many external factors as possible. The replica, once again my trusted Lonex M4, is locked inside a special vise for scope adjustment. 30 rounds will be shot on target, each time before and after firing the amount of BBs through the hop-up that was recommended by the seller. The best 10 shots of each turn are shown on screen. As I have no indoor location for this test, I picked an almost windless early summer day and additionally prepared a wind finder. As soon as the internal propeller begins to rotate, the test will be paused until the wind is below the critical level again. Besides the HopUp Buckings shown before, the setup consists of a slong inner barrel with 6.05mm inner diameter and a retro arms HopUp chamber with the included plastic concave nub. In this combination, the replica delivers about 1.5 joules at 0.32 gram BBs, which also is the BB weight I'm going to use for this test. The target is one of my plate carriers on a typical tailor's dummy. Actually, a white dummy may not have been the best decision, as the white BBs blend in a little with this background. I'm sorry for that. By zooming in the camera on 50 meters, I think you still get a pretty good impression of the groupings around this target. For the next time, I'll think about using the metal canister again, you already know, so you also get an acoustic response of a BB hitting the target. But for now, let's get started with what we have here. Okay, so far so good. For breaking in the bucking now, I keep the hop-up settings as they are and shoot 2 full PTSE max with a 150 round capacity through. To save you valuable time, I'll show you this process only once in a time-lapse. On the other buckings, I do the very same, but give you a little visual placeholder between both tests. All in all, the bucking has shot almost 400 BBs now, including the initial hop-up adjustment. We got 2 more hits out of 10 after this process, compared to the completely new product. Do you see any changes of the hop-up patch?
Gerade war besser, oder?
On the Macaron 60 shore, the performance was kinda similar if you ask me. Also, the hop-up effect was not significantly stronger after shooting in. There was no sudden overhop, which also means the capability of lifting heavier BBs should not have got any better than before. As you see, I interrupted the testing here because the wind finder got active. So I waited until the breeze was gone and continued shooting. Again, the performance has stayed almost the same. We got 2 hits less than on the previous turn, but all in all the trajectory looks very similar to me. Just as the patch surface as well. On the 5560 shore, we can note 3 more hits after breaking in compared to the new bucking condition. But if this was caused by a change of the bucking itself, or other influences, or pure luck, I cannot tell. The true side is the final bucking did not benefit from breaking in as well, even after almost 1000 rounds going through the replica. All in all, the results actually seem very random to me. There is no clear tendency from which you can tell, oh, all the buckings perform way better after breaking in. So, now that we saw the test results by ourselves, it's time to sum up. The empirical findings, the theoretical ideas from the beginning, and my experience from 9 years of playing Airsoft lead me to my personal conclusion: breaking in HopUp Buckings is nothing more than an urban legend. The breaking in effect, if there was one at all, is so minimal it does not justify the awareness it still gets. As I said in the intro, all my replicas always have shot straight right from the beginning, as far as everything was assembled or upgraded correctly, of course. I think manufacturers want to keep themselves safe from customers sending their replicas back too early because they are not satisfied with the shooting performance. And this is the only reason why the myth of breaking in a HopUp bucking still exists. Now I'm curious how you think about it. I'm ready to discuss in the comments what you just saw. See you down below, or maybe in one of my future videos. So long, have a good one.